This This podcast is part of the RED5 Network. For more RED5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of internet issue here tonight for some reason, so please be patient with us. We will get that straightened out. Welcome to Press Play Streaming Studios. My name is Alan. I'm your host, and we have an exciting show for you tonight. We are going to be talking about the new DC movie called Suicide Squad. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. There's been a lot of great things going on the internet. I'd like to take a moment, if I can, and go ahead and bring my host on, or my guest host on. Everybody say hello to Mr. Steppen.
What is up, y'all? And Mr. Allen, how are you?
What is up, Mr. Staff? How are you, sir?
I'm fat and funky.
I don't know about all that. I mean,
I'm fat
when I hear
and funky.
Oh, I see what's going on. For whatever reason, my computer has decided that right now is the time to update Zoom. So yeah, let's see if we can't make that go away.
Yeah, we shouldn't be updating Zoom at this moment in time.
No, but it's one of those where you go to shut it and saying, yeah, that's not responding right now. So great. So if you see that we're having a little bit of lag issues, we'll get that squared away here in just a moment. So Steph, while I'm working on that, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what we're doing tonight?
Well, we're gonna. I mean, obviously, as you just said, we're gonna be talking the new Suicide Squad, and it felt like not too long ago there was an other version of Suicide Squad that came out that didn't have the best reviews. I didn't love it myself. There was things that I loved, but not too many people out there really, were like, oh my God, you got to see Suicide Squad. So we decided to give this second one a chance, and it's a mixed bag for everybody involved. But what do you think about it?
I really enjoyed the film to a certain point. There was a section there in the movie that it started to lose me a little bit, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is let's bring our guests on. Everybody anyone who's been involved with Press Play for any length of time at all happens to know our guests. They've seen them before, and let's bring ladies first. Let's bring on Shanty to the stream. To the stream.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Shanty.
I can't top Stefan's entrance.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was a hell of an entrance.
I'm coming in hot tonight.
Seriously.
We need to get like some sound bites for Shanty. Like we need like an applause or something.
Yeah,
when she comes on.
I like that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's do this. Hold on a second. Let's see. I think I have something here.
You got him thinking.
I'm putting you back out. I'm putting you back out. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our special guest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Speech, Shanty, speech.
I don't know if Alan realizes he's on mute.
He's not. He doesn't know. He's having some troubles
again.
There he is.
Oh my
Take two.
God. And can we just start over and act like nothing ever happened before? All right, so let's bring in DJ. I'm sure he's gonna make fun of me as well.
DJ.
Again, lag time. There you are. Hey, DJ.
Hey, sorry, I lagged a little bit there. So yeah, I am so fresh and so funky. Oh wait,
What?
that's already been done. No,
I think
yeah,
someone's done that already.
yeah, beat me to the punch. That's right. He's a lot fresher and funkier than I am. I am sure. But yeah, hey, thanks for having me on.
You're as funky as you
Not a
feel,
problem.
DJ. You're as funky as you feel.
After the
There's so
day
many
I've
things
had
I can
today,
say right
you
now.
know, up and down platforms and ladders and examining pipe and trying to design some new stuff. And
That's what she said.
I can talk. I could talk about examining pipe all
I
day.
was gonna leave it to somebody else for once.
You know,
Well, Stefan, you know that didn't really sound right coming from you, but okay.
Hey, fat and funky, bringing the noise today.
So while I have everyone in the room, Stefan and I have some exciting news to share with the group. Both DJ and Shanti are well aware of this, but as of this past weekend, we have been graciously invited and honored to accept a role. We are now proud members of the RED5 Network. So to honor that, let's take a quick show real quick. If it'll play.
Now that
That was epic.
was funky. I love it.
how long should we go before we tell him that he's muted again?
Who wants to take bets?
Why do I like you guys? So here's the funny thing: is that on YouTube, right? We're coming through perfectly. On my program, whatever, everything I click is lagging and taking forever. So I don't know what's going on there, but whatever, we'll get through it.
Is it the old age, or is it just?
I was going to
the
say
electronic?
excuses.
No, actually, we've been having internet issues here. My wife was telling me that she was having issues with the internet earlier today. So I am hardwired to the system, but our cable provider, sometimes their internet is not always the greatest.
It happens.
So,
it happens.
It is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Also, we're celebrating a second milestone tonight, and we have hit our goal, our first major goal of 100 subs. So thank you to everyone who's been involved with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we are going to
It looks wrong.
be. We are going to be doing a free drawing tonight for our Patreon, or not our patrons, excuse me, our subs. And really anyone who's helped us get there. So if you've been a special guest, you're eligible. If you've been part of our chat stream and keeping the channels alive, then you're eligible. And of course, subs are eligible as well. So we'll wait till a little bit later in the program to do that. But I'm really excited because what we're sending out, Stefan doesn't even know what it is, and we've never actually physically seen one. You're getting the first prototype of a press play product. So that'll be kind of cool. And you can give us our, give us your if you happen to be the lucky winner, you definitely have to let us know how it works and if it's worth it, or how nice it is. Because like I said, you're going to get one well before we do. Anyway, so our subject is who wants to go first on this one?
Question: is the gift?
Yes.
Does the gift have anything to do with food?
It could hold a nice cold drink, maybe.
Hmm.
Well, then I fully endorse this. Moving on.
Yes. Actually, what we're giving away is a tumbler, but it's going to have the press play logos done on the outside.
Nice.
Ooh.
So,
Very nice.
Refreshing.
Refreshing. And when you put your lemonade in it, it'll help keep it cold. So, anywho, who
Mountain
would like
Dew.
to break? Yeah, no doubt. Who would like to break the ice on Suicide Squad tonight? Don't make me call names because you know I will.
Do you want to start off on a good note or a bad note? I mean,
Oh.
that's
Let's let's start with just a basic overall non-spoiler ish type impression of the movie.
it was okay for a DC movie.
Okay. All right. Someone write that down because I want to explore into that one in a heartbeat. Chantal?
Loved it, but a little long.
Okay. Okay. Stefan?
Fun it's a fun movie.
Hmm.
I think it's got a lot of action. James Gunn. So I think that when you get that, you're gonna have fun.
Yeah. Myself personally, I agree with everything that's been said here. Our first guy jumped in here. Josh, number one, is in tonight. Josh
I
says
agree,
that
Josh.
Polka Dot Man was awesome, and I agree.
I agree
So
too.
my overall, without spoiler free ish take, is that Suicide Squad the movie achieved what DC uses Suicide Squad the comic for, and that made it fun. And I'll go into that in some detail when we get there. So, what'd you guys think about the actors and the characters, the main characters? Well, because there were so many of them, as far as that's concerned. Stefan, you want to give me one? Oh, go ahead, DJ.
I was going to say, I guess it depends on what you consider a main character versus a side character or a minor character. I thought there were 4 main characters in this one, and they did very well with what they were supposed to do. But there were so many other side characters that I guess were kind of teased, but just kind of fell flat for me. So
do you think that? Well, let's do it a little differently. Maybe we'll go around the room this way. Chantal, who was your favorite character in this film?
I was between Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher 2, believe it or not. I really enjoyed her character. I loved Ratcatcher 2. I really did.
What about you, Stefan?
Is it a cop out if I say Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn?
No.
Is that
No,
because she's
she's
very
perfect.
good at
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Hmm.
So
well, not only
yeah,
that, but they built the movie around her. So
Yeah.
or I could do another cop out and say it was Killer Shark because he was funny and Sylvester Stallone was the voice for him. So I could say that too. But yeah, I'll go with Harley Quinn. She's just amazing. Margot Robbie's fantastic.
yes, I agree. Give it to us, DJ.
Let's see. Was it Death Sport? I think is who that one was. Iridis Elba's
Bloodsport.
Yeah,
Bloodsport. All right. I don't know why I get them. I guess confused with action movies, but I thought he did very well with the character. I actually really enjoyed Peacemaker with John Cena.
I did too.
From
He's
what
so
I've
funny.
seen him in before to where he was in this movie, I thought was absolutely incredible. And then, yeah, I mean, Harley is Harley, and she's number one on my list for many different reasons.
For many
but,
reasons.
but yeah, she did very well with it. And then if the other core one, Ratcatcher 2, would have been my fourth member of the core group.
I agree with you. I will say that it would be hard for me to say I like this character more than that one. You know, I love Killer Shark. I thought he was great. I think that Peacemaker was. I think the reason Peacemaker worked is because the. I know this is going to sound really weird, but most professional wrestlers that I've seen that do action movie, for whatever reason, the comedic timing is there. And I wonder if that has to do with any of their in-ring timing. So he was really funny because, you're seeing this big buff guy and he's just come across as being dumber than a box of rocks in most cases. So I think he was probably my top. But well, yeah, I mean, the go ahead.
Well, I was just your wrestling comment. I don't think you could put Cena. I think you put Cena in a category with The Rock in like terms of just megastar actor wrestler. Mm-hmm. But like there's also like mega superstars in wrestling that have tried to act and it just doesn't sit. I just think they're bigger personalities in Hollywood than, I get what you're saying. I think you're right about the timing aspect. But when they're just superstars in general.
They got a lot of charisma,
and they're just coming from an avid wrestling fan, right. I just, they're just ginormous, mega, super, bigger than wrestling type stars, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Many, well, not many, I won't say, well, many. It was over 10 years ago. And Josh Irwin actually has some insight on this because he has done some wrestling, in-ring wrestling like this. But I had actually run into John Cena at an airport in Atlanta, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he is one big man. You see him on TV, you don't realize how big he is. He's a big man, super nice guy, smile and wave at everybody, thank them for their nice, kind comments. I mean, seemed like it was a genuine person. Josh Sherman says wrestlers are trained in timing when it comes to things like comedy, which I can see that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, and to piggyback off the John Cena thing, there's a local girl here in the area that went to my high school that was sick with cancer, was the biggest John Cena fan ever. And they started this big, social media movement to all she wants to do is meet John Cena. And he actually flew here to Cincinnati out of his way to meet this girl. So I have no bad things to say about Mr. Cena himself.
And if you did, he wouldn't be able to see you anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have an interesting anecdote about John Cena. We are actually related. We
that's
share
cool.
Our great grandparents were brother and sister. So that's where we meet up there. And then the sister went off on his tree and the brother was my tree. But yeah, eventually we come back. And then a cousin of the grandparents, or my great grandparents, one of their cousins it follows down to Taylor Swift. So it's kind of.
I won't hold that one against you.
Are you collecting royalties?
That'd be
the
cool.
Only,
if I,
the only famous.
If I could get somebody to hit me back on some messages or something, and I could prove it. I have all the paperwork and everything.
The only famous person that I really know is the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Not my gumdrop buttons.
One of the best lines ever.
I love that movie. Yeah, I love John Cena.
Frank.
Hey, Frank.
How you doing, Frank? All right, so they flew by me so quick. I didn't get to see them all. Who all have we had in the chat so far? Zori, welcome. We appreciate you. Jedi Knight Dave. We've seen the Frank
Escape Pod.
Mar is in. Escape Pod was in. Josh Irwin was in. Everybody, thank you so much for if I missed anybody, please let me know. But thank you so much for stopping in. Tonight is our giveaway, so thank you for hanging around. Finally, Frank says he's feeling better.
Oh, good, Frank. Thank God.
Negative test. Yay, negative test.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds like good news. So awesome, Frank. Awesome. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, Cena was. I thought Cena did great in the movie. I'm with you. The Rat Girl too. I thought she was really cool as well. Interesting character she was. I'm not exactly sure how her power would have been helpful in some situations, but in others it would have been great. You know, I love the fact also that Zelda's character was you know, phobic when it comes to rats. I thought that was made for a nice play off the two of them. You know, I thought he was great. I mean, but he's such a good actor.
He's really is.
A good actor.
Yeah.
And I did like the relationship between him and Ratcatcher too. That father-daughter relationship.
I like the
very sentimental movie
between her. Yeah, I like the relationship between the rat and him.
Yeah, like everything was just very sentimental. Everything was all about relationships. It was interesting.
It was interesting, especially, you know, okay, so I had alluded to this in our intro. Are you guys aware of the job of what the comic of Suicide Squad is for? When they made, I mean, it actually serves a purpose in DC.
Have no idea.
If the answer is no, okay, real simple. When they have a character, okay, it serves two purposes. One, it is to push a villain higher in the ranks, and when they have a character that they want to write off the series, they go to the Suicide Squad. Does that make sense? So if they've got a character that's not performing and hasn't been performing, and they don't see any reason that it's going to perform, they'll go to the Suicide Squad, and then they'll write them off. They'll kill them within, you know, an arc or two. So for the movie to start out the way it did, by the way, spoilers, everyone knows that we are spoiler heavy in our talks. For it to start the way it did makes more sense once you know that, because they put the whole team together and that whole team pretty much gets wiped out.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
You know, because I was so ready for the Weasel. Like, I was just like ready to just bond with Weasel and go throughout this whole movie as Weasel is my best friend. And then he was gone. So that makes sense.
The trailer tricked us.
With the backstory and of what you're saying makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, it kind of does. Now it's like, okay, I'm not so upset that they took a whole squad of people out. Although I am so glad that they were able to do detaching arm guy. Because that was so silly.
Yeah.
Poor Nathan Fillion.
I was like, oh my God.
And that was the point of the movie where I was like, is this going to be like the other one? Like, am I going to like this? And then
Who
I'm
watched
glad.
it in the theater? Did any of you? No, none of you watched it in the theater. You saw it in the theater? Yeah.
Yeah, I went. Actually, went to a Sunday morning matinee by myself and watched it.
Did you watch it with an audience that actually appreciated it? Because I saw it, I've seen it 3 times now, and twice I saw it in the theater, and I saw it yesterday on HBO Max before doing this. And I got to tell you, both audiences, it's like the comedy fell flat for them, and I felt like I was the only one laughing.
I did
hate it when
something
that happens.
I did something that I thought was going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I took my phone in. I asked permission. I filmed them giving me my tickets and saying, enjoy the Suicide Squad. I filmed them giving me my soda and saying, hey, thank you for supporting local cinema. I showed myself going to the ticket down the ticket aisle or down the aisle, selecting my seat. And then I asked the people who were sitting directly behind me, can I interview you? I do a podcast. We do movie reviews. We're going to review this movie. Would you mind me talking to you for a minute on camera? They said, yeah, that'd be great. So I filmed them, just asked them, what are you here to see? Blah, 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 blah. Are you excited about the movie? And then after the movie, they actually, the young lady volunteered to talk to me about the movie afterward. All of that, I thought this is going to make a really cool intro. We can do this at the beginning, blah, blah, blah. And for whatever reason, it would not allow me to transfer it over. And I'm sure it's something I did wrong, the old guy with technology. It wouldn't allow me to transfer it over to a video format that I could use. So once I get that figured out, if we ever do that again, that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, they didn't necessarily appreciate it either. I can guarantee we're going to do that for Halloween.
I think James Gunn has a very particular sense of humor.
The humor of it is
hey,
for
Lunar
one
Girl.
of the
Hi, Lunar Girl.
one of the saving points of the movie for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because it was really overall it was really falling flat, but a lot of that humor just kind of circled it back around a little bit. It's a superhero movie. It's supposed to be outlandish. It's R-rated. It's supposed to have that dark and gritty and just obscene humor that you're not going to get in, say, Batman or Superman or anything. So they did that part well.
They're like the island of misfit toys. That's how I saw them. So it should be
oh my God, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, that I thought about that last night, and I'm like, this is totally the island of the misfit toys.
Oh, absolutely. And once you say that, that's like, wow, that's go ahead, Steph.
It's more, they're like the dark, deep version of Guardians of the Galaxy for me.
Right.
Like
I
the
can
Guardians.
see that.
It definitely had that feel.
They have that vibe.
Sure.
They're like the after dark version.
And I felt more.
They're not
Sorry.
Disney. They're not Disney.
Right.
So
And I felt more connected to these characters than I did the David Ayer ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Since James Gunn is so good at portraying quirky characters, and as someone myself who grew up being quirky and not exactly Miss Popular and outcast, I just really felt like I could relate to these characters.
Well, you're very popular here on Press Play.
I guess so. Thanks.
You are. I think you've been on the channel more times than I have, and I'm the host.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that solo act that I did, but okay.
I'm just teasing. I like this. Josh is correct. They made this movie nice, bright, and colorful. Usually the DC scenes are just so dark visually.
It was
I thought
Birds
of Prey was beautiful too.
I like Birds of Prey. I think that movie gets a lot of heat.
I love that movie. I love her.
I do too. I think she's great. She's perfect.
Well, like some of the humor, like I don't know why I laughed at this, and I don't know if you guys did, but like the whole scene where she's like falling for this dude, this handsome guy, and whatever, and he's looking out the window, and he says something about killing children and just gets shot immediately. And she's like, I talk about all these red flags, and I told myself next boyfriend I have that gives me red flags, I'm gonna kill him. Like that was so funny.
When I saw the movie the first time, I jumped when that happened. I was not expecting her to shoot that gun at night.
Me neither. And then when she explained it,
the shit out of me.
Okay. So the
I laughed so
overly
hard.
the overly done, underplayed joke for me that absolutely just hit a home run was when they went through that village and wiped everybody out.
Stop it.
and, and then they're all standing there going, there was no one here when we came in. I lost it. I was like,
I
it
have
was
another
so-
great
it
analogy
was
for that scene too.
Well, it was so Monty Python and feel.
Thank
The
you,
way
Sir
that first they were
Lancelot.
like-
That's what I
Yeah.
thought about.
Because it was just like, oh no, everything's
You
fine.
read
No
my
big deal.
mind. Oh, sorry.
No, that's perfect. I mean, because that's what I
I
got
love
out of
it.
it. I laughed till I thought I was going to cry. I was like, that is just great. Um,
And I like
King-
sick sense of
Go ahead.
humor like that because I was cracking up from the moment Savant killed that bird with the ball. I felt like I was the only one who laughed at
Oh,
that scene.
poor bird.
I know, believe me.
I didn't laugh. At
I
that
was
scene.
shocked, but I was cracking up.
All right, so we're going to take a vote now. Everyone in the room, everyone that's in the chat, are we going to ban the bird killer friend, or are we going to let her stay? Just teasing you. You know,
Well,
you
I
can
was not
stay.
happy. I was not happy when they burned those birds alive. That
Oh, that was horrible.
I did not
Yeah.
like that scene. Hearing them
Pretty
shrieking
bird.
in the background, I didn't like that.
Pretty bird.
Pretty
Yeah, there were a lot of highlights in there, but they just were, it was a highlight, and then it was such a highlight, and then have a drop off, and then you go along, and then you have another highlight, and then it drops off, and then
right.
you can't have all highlights, but you don't have to have such a drastic drop in it, and I don't know how to even describe that, but yeah, to me
It's
there
a
were a lot
roller
of
coaster
low
ride.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
did-
would you think would be the lowest point for you, DJ, throughout that movie? What would be like the part where you're just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, or I'm gonna take a nap, or I don't want to watch it? Like, what was the lowest point?
Oh, just it's hard to say which one was a low point. They reused a lot of elements. Say there's 3 acts. Every act they used all 3. Say 3 elements per act. They used all 3 of them time and time again. And I'm just like, all right, well, I've already seen that. All right, well,
I'm going to disagree with you.
I just, by
See,
the end of it, by the time that it got around to Starro, I'm like, okay.
Were you exhausted?
Yeah. I just was like, all right, I guess I'm.
That's why I said there could have been like 10 minutes or so that could have been shaved in different sections of the movie. I just don't know where I would have cut the time. That's my only thing. I couldn't figure out where.
And like I said, I liked the movie. I thought they did a good job for what DC is. It's one of the best DC movies that they've made.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because
DC hasn't been the
normally
best.
falls flat when it comes to even just general storytelling. And this one, it told
They
a
don't do
coherent
ensembles well.
story. Yeah.
DC doesn't do the ensemble very well.
But this is also what happens when you allow the director to do what they want to do, though, because James Gunn said he felt this is the most freedom he's ever had making a movie, and he was in a really good headspace, and he had a lot of fun doing it, and there were very little production issues. I mean, he really, really enjoyed doing this movie, and I personally think it does show. But again, for me, it really was just the length. But I will say, having now watched it 3 times, watching it last night, I did feel like after now watching it 3 times, I did feel like it went by a lot quicker the 3rd time I watched it.
Well, it's because you were, painting your toenails or whatever it was you said you were doing.
No, and I was really into it. I mean, I wrote like 2 pages worth of notes. So, I just really enjoyed the movie. But there were certain scenes I could have done without.
All right,
so we're gonna play a game.
Oh, all right.
Oh boy.
Are you ready? You got 2 pages of notes, right? Close your eyes.
Boy. Oh boy. No.
Close your eyes. Yeah, close them.
Okay.
Point at your notepad. Point at it. Run your finger down it somewhere and stop. Stop. All right, give us your note. What do you got? Go ahead. You can open your eyes now.
That's funny. I said I found it more funny by myself. And like I said, I think that speaks back to I was watching it with the wrong audience in the theater, and I had a lot more fun watching it alone because I just felt like no one else around me was appreciating it, and that's something that I can't stand, especially when I know I'm watching a movie that's got comedy in it and you're not hearing the laughter bouncing off the walls from everybody else. So it kind of made it go, but when I was watching it yesterday, I had a blast watching. I was laughing so hard.
So I was asked which part was the lowest point, and I think I can pinpoint not necessarily a specific one, but a repeating pattern, and that's when you see the intro, not a problem. They get on the beach, everyone dies. Then 8 minutes before, and it's kind of a rewind, but they did that again and again.
Yeah, you didn't like the Tarantino aspect of it.
Yeah, it just like, all right, well, I've already seen that, and they've already used that function or technique to kind of rewind it. Even if they just would have left the ones out in the middle and just went straight ahead with it, and then at the very end, you kind of get another callback to it, but it just seemed like they kept going back to the well over and over and over again, and I just like, oh well, I mean, I've already seen this type of motif already. Let's try something new or do something else, and I don't know, to me that kind of fell a little flat,
but I think that worked really well. I thought that whole back and forth worked really well with the end when Bloodsport goes through the building and him and Peacemaker have their time.
But I feel like that's the only time it probably should have been used.
I think that worked well with how they did that and put that little story together. But I think that's also the James Gunn of it all. It's fun. It's different. Yeah, we've seen it that back Tarantino-esque back and forth, but I thought it worked. Especially for that moment.
But it was okay. It just, like I said, I didn't hate the movie. I just thought it was okay.
It confused me in the beginning of the movie. I almost didn't see when he was wiping the toilet and it said like, oh, how many minutes earlier or whatever. I almost missed that, and I didn't realize they were going back in time. I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on? Didn't Weasel just drown in the water? I got lost for a second there.
So that being said, I thought that was kind of an ingenious thing that he did through the whole movie, where the smoke would clear and you would see, it's kind of giving you a little bit of a, hey, this is what's going to happen.
It's like a title card,
or almost like a title card, that was actually played into the scenery. I thought that was really kind of cool. I don't know about you guys, because it kind of gave it that comic book feel,
like Operation Harley.
I liked it, but again, it's another technique that they used quite a bit, and okay, it's like it did give it that comic book feel, but by the end of it, I was like, we've already seen this 2 or 3 times already, and all right, it's like, did they just run out of ideas, or is this, I don't know, it just. There were a lot of highlights, and it just kind of and I think Chantal said it fine. Said it, just the way that it made me feel is I was like on a roller coaster, up and down so much, and by the time that we got to the end, I was just like, oh man, all right, stop the ride. I want to get off right now.
I just feel like that's his intention, though, just because of who you're dealing with. It's the Suicide Squad. They're unpredictable. They're nuts. They're crazy. So to me, it kind of fit in with all of that. It should be nuts. It should be outlandish. Oh, hi, kitty. Cute.
Well, he's going to make me go get the shanty dog. I can feel it coming.
If I don't pay
So-
attention to her, the last time we did a podcast, she latched onto my back midstream, and I almost came out of my chair.
That was entertaining.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, it was.
I will say this. I don't know if you guys picked up on it because it's something I always pick up on when I'm watching a movie. I felt like these actors were having a lot of fun, especially in like one of the things that I wrote down. One of my favorite scenes was the club scene when they were going to go picking up what's his name,
You
Thinker
going.
or whatever, and they're dancing. Oh, I love that scene.
No, I disagree.
John
Shit.
Cena
Yeah,
dancing. John Cena dancing is.
And I
don't know.
love
I don't
that.
even know
Like,
what that was. Oh my.
Say hi to Shandy, everybody.
Hi.
I don't know. I almost
Hi.
wanted to see like Zemo in the background, just kind of,
Yes, Zemo.
Just had no
That would've been
business
great.
being there. It just, it was just
Crossover.
in the background.
she's literally saying, "Unhand me, peasant."
Yeah, why am I here? Who are these
Unhand me.
people?
And
She's
So-
so sweet.
But I disagree with you, Shani. I think that scene with the dancing, that's a scene I could have done without, but I loved their outfits. Like, I loved John Cena's polo shirt and short jean shorts.
That it was like
that
barely
just-
covering him.
Yeah, it was just hilarious.
I
And
guess
that's-
I liked it because
Here you go, girl.
my problem with the air thing, and of course it wasn't so much his fault as it was to me, obviously the studio's fault, is I just,
Thank you.
with as little time as they really did get to spend to know each other, I felt more camaraderie with this group of the Suicide Squad than the Air one. So that's why I like that scene, because it actually made it more believable to me that they were working together towards this common goal kind of thing. As to where the Air one, I didn't buy any of the chemistry between anybody at all.
No.
Yeah.
No,
And I don't
it's
think
funny,
the characters were as good.
They weren't. And I
They
liked that they didn't spend time like they did in the other one explaining everyone's backstory. It was very organic the
And
way
that-
that they told
absolutely.
everyone's backstory in this movie. It was much better.
You're absolutely right.
Much
Absolutely right.
better.
That's what made you love the Polka Dot Man and the Ratcatcher and all them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and you saw it coming with Polka Dot Man, but it still stung when it happened. I was like, no, he's a motherfucking superhero
I'm a
now. I was like,
superhero
no,
now.
I'm so upset. I was so
I was so
I was
bummed.
pissed. I was
Luna-
really,
Luna-
really bummed. I felt so in love with him.
Luna Girl has a great point. The scene with all the moms was so funny.
I thought that was so
Oh
funny.
my god.
Again, that was something that I felt I was the only one that was laughing in the theater. I'm like, what are you people not seeing? This is hilarious. The poor guy, all he sees is his mom, and she's despicable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Which was
and-
funny because when I first saw it, I literally went, God, come on, really? But then later, as I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being inflicted with something like that, especially if you hate your mother as much as he did. Then that's all you see.
Yeah.
It sucks. Poor guy.
See, and I was like that on the first time that I watched it. I was like, really? All right. And then I watched it again the second time, and I'm like, this really makes sense now. So maybe I need to
Yes.
watch it a third time just to really, get all of the feels in there. But yeah, and then what was the guy's name? The driver,
Milton.
Milton.
Milton!
Milton.
I
Who
love.
said Milton was with us?
I didn't know there was somebody named Milton here.
Milton.
Yeah, that was amazing. And I mean, just a little side driver character that who cares suddenly became to the forefront, and I'm like, more Milton.
I know.
Yes.
Well, and the funny part about it was is I was literally watching Milton, going through the rooms and stuff with him. I go, and in my mind, I'm going, what the hell's he doing there? Why did they let him in? Why,
Right.
and then when her like is, I'll be your friend, Milton. Not the name. That's not my name. We spent a half hour talking about this.
Oh,
She was so
God.
confused on it. So
Milton was the MVP of
I loved
that.
Milton. That was
I
too
love
funny.
yes.
So we're at
So
the
good.
45-minute mark here, and I think it's time to bring up the question
Mhm.
of what do you guys think of the villain of this movie?
All right, so time out.
Who is the villain?
Time out.
Yeah.
Stop. We're gonna take a break for just 1 second. We're right before we get into the end of the movie. Let's go ahead and do our drawing. You want to?
Yeah.
You want to do our drawing? All
Let's
right.
do it.
So for
Drum roll.
those of you who are in the chat right now, we have we're celebrating tonight a milestone of 100 subs. And we have decided to give a prize away. So what I've done is, to be fair, is everyone who was listed in our subs publicly, because if you're not marked public, I can't see you. I put your names in. I've also went through the last couple of days, went through every podcast we've done, and anyone who has ever been in the chat room, who has been a guest or what have you, anyone who's helped us get to 100 has been added to it, to the wheel. So give me 1 second here. Hopefully we can get this going, and hopefully this is going to work, because the way my computer's been run tonight, if it doesn't, I'm going to be really, really upset. All right, so let's see how this goes real quick, everybody.
I'm gonna laugh if you win.
Do what?
No, DJ. Here we go.
I'm typing.
All right,
in the
I'm just
chat.
waiting for it.
Yeah,
it's
we're in the
actually,
chat.
it's actually loading right now. So,
Oh boy.
And let's play
Oh,
Family
man.
Feud.
So here's the funny thing is
background.
I'm watching it, and it for whatever reason it's not loading, and it's supposed. Let's see if we can. My computer.
Kick the hamster.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just been, like I said, our internet's been acting so weird tonight. I mean, it's really, everything is just going so slow.
Boo.
There we are.
Hey.
I see a wheel.
Boo. Or is it?
No whammies, no whammies.
Yay! No whammies, no whammies.
No
So as you
whammies.
can see, it's currently kind of spinning a little bit. I hope. Let's click it and see what happens here.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hey, I don't see Pat's ladder on there.
Uh-oh. Look at this. I did not do this on purpose.
I don't see
What happened?
Chantal, don't speak
Did I win?
Spanish. Gonzalez.
No, I
wins
did.
the
Yes.
prize.
Yes.
You won.
Did I
You won.
win? No, I didn't. That's awesome.
Oh,
Oh man.
it is awesome. So we ran it, and yeah, you won.
Why
Let's
can't
see
my
here. We're gonna make
luck
that
work
stop
for
so
the
that
lottery?
See, now you needed to give a speech.
Speech.
No, now I need to go buy a lottery
Yes.
ticket.
Speech.
Speech.
Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you, Alan, for having me on your show. It's been a wonderful experience.
Oh,
Cue the music.
okay.
I've done it without you guys.
So Luda Girl's like, yay!
Yay!
Chantal.
Thank you,
All
Lunar
right.
Girl. Oh man.
So
I
in
never
all
win
seriousness,
anything.
I know it didn't run as smooth as I had
Thanks,
hoped it to.
Mar.
Mar says, congratulations, Chantal.
Thank you, Mar.
Everyone who's been a part of the press play experience here for the I think we're on episode 12 now. You know, we're already at 100 subs. There are a bunch of great people like Chantal and DJ who've been regulars on here, and Josh Irwin is ready to step up at any given time, and I heartfelt thank you to everybody. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
I will.
And it's been a real pleasure being on.
Well, thank you. I think that Stefan does a great job, and I do a pretty good job of holding his shirt tails. So, so
Debatable.
It's all about Stefan.
I got one word.
It's
Meh.
all
Meh.
meh.
Meh. It's hard. It's hard being this.
Hello, he wouldn't put my name.
I wasn't gonna let my wife win. That was actually she doesn't.
Mars
know
a winner every day.
Yeah.
It's hard
She
being
is
this
the
cool.
love of my life.
It's hard being this cool.
Yeah. Lunar Girl, in case you haven't caught the drift by now, Mar is my wife and my best friend and my partner in everything that we do. No, she's my much better half.
Much better half. Nice.
Much better half. All right. So, Stefan, pose your question now. What did you start to do before what did you start to say before we jumped into our prize giveaway?
I want to know what your all's thoughts were on the villain of the movie.
And I asked who's technically the villain.
Oh, I mean the grand finale. I mean, I don't think
I didn't find Starro to be the villain.
Starro is the villain. I know
No,
Peacemaker
I found Starro to be the prisoner.
Okay,
you
Shanty,
can't say
fine.
he wasn't the villain. You can't say he wasn't the villain though when he
was killing a whole town
and literally saying,
he didn't ask to come here.
This city is mine.
I thought.
But what about his character? What about his character? Like just his character. Like he's different.
I loved it.
He's different from what you see in any other comic, whether it's DC or Marvel or whatever.
Can I go first? Can I go first? Because DJ sent me a message, and we didn't talk about the movie, just so everyone knows. But he said, "I'm really curious to hear your opinion." I loved this movie. I loved everything in this movie. I loved it all the way up to Starro. I hated that the kaiju. I hated the way he was done. I thought the movie should have been over well before then. To me, that's what drug it out. There was nothing about it that I found even slightly fun or entertaining. And I'm a kaiju guy, big time kaiju guy. I can watch, Godzilla in a big rubber suit with Gigan back in the day and be like,
yes, Josh.
Hated it. No matter what happens, the villain in the Suicide Squad is always amazing. Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Josh. But I just can't stand.
I never thought a movie could make.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was just going to say, I never thought a movie could make me hate Viola Davis, but go ahead, Dad.
My God.
No, I was waiting on you. Okay, first of all, she does great as the villain. She really does.
She was on cocaine in this one. My God.
She was hyped up. She was definitely hyped up. And it's funny, and I don't know, maybe I was going into it with a little bit of prejudice in my mind, because if you remember, Stefan, the first time we saw the previews and the trailer, and I literally went, a starfish?
Yeah, I remember exactly where we were.
You weren't the only one. Believe me.
I remember exactly where we were. We were sitting in a movie theater, and they had a trailer for the Suicide Squad, and I'm like, "You want to see that?" And you're like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" And you're like, "Starfish." And then you just went like this
into his corner
and pouted. I don't want to see a starfish. Stupid. Shut up.
Oh. Go ahead, DJ. It's your turn.
I was more open-minded.
I'm muting Stefan's.
I didn't mind Starro, I guess. I think that they could have done him a little differently. I didn't like the animation of him. He reminded me of Ghostbusters with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Just the way that he kind of moved around, and I'm like, I don't know. If they would have had him in a large tank shooting up the other starfish and he didn't move, but he was still able to, at least be a little more menacing or something. Just the presentation, I didn't really like. Yeah, I don't know. That was one of the things that was kind of iffy on me. Maybe if they would have done something to make him less Patrick-like, then I don't know. I might have liked it a little bit better, but I mean, all right, yeah, you've gone into SpongeBob here.
I love it.
All right,
That's
so
great.
here's where I think I got thrown off on it, honestly, is everything leading up to it. While the colors were pretty and blah 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 blah, during that whole fight scene, it shifted. If you can think about it, it shifted to the gray palette, to the darker, a little bit darker, muted palettes, and then all of a sudden you got this neon blue injected into the middle of it. It made it feel fake. To me, it made it feel fake. It pulled me out of the movie. That's just me, though. Go ahead, Stefan. I know you want to tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
I don't think any of you guys are wrong. I just don't agree with what you're saying, because I think that the whole movie is based on the plan of Starro the Conqueror or whatever, and the Suicide Squad is goofy. Okay, the Suicide Squad is dumb. A starfish is goofy and dumb. It all goes together. And are you going to be able to make a giant starfish, better than that? I don't think so. And I thought it was different. I thought it was fun. I thought the zombies with the starfish on their face, I thought that was kind of whatever, but I thought he was cool, and I thought the fight scene was cool. I thought everything about it was fine. It's not like, I hate starfish, I don't want anything to do with them. I just thought it was fun.
It felt like I was watching
everybody. Come on.
Yeah, it felt like I was watching an old Twilight Zone episode kind of thing. I just really appreciated it. It had a very old sci-fi feel to it. I don't even know how to describe it. I personally had no problem with Starro, but again, I don't know enough. I don't know enough about it for me to say one way or another. I was thoroughly entertained. I didn't have a problem with it.
In the comic, Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, pretty much what we saw in the movie is what he was in the comic. There ain't much else.
Not much.
There ain't no much story.
Now his name is Jarro because he's in a jar.
Jarro the Conqueror.
I just think it worked.
And really quick, DJ. Really quick, DJ. You leave Patrick B. Star out of this, man.
I love Patrick.
You leave him out of this, man. He did nothing to you.
He did nothing.
Nothing. Disrespected his name.
Became a casualty of this for no reason.
Just cut the core of me, Baxter.
Okay, maybe this solution would have been, hindsight being 2020. Maybe this solution would have been was served your purpose, Chantal, of cutting it back on its runtime a little better, and maybe would have made DJ and I a little bit happier with Starro. What if instead of the polka dot man hitting him in the leg, in the bottom, in his foot with the polka dots to disintegrate it, he went straight for the eye, and then Starro itself would have fell into the building and on him and crushed him as he's saying, "I'm a superhero."
I would have preferred that, and I honestly thought that that's actually the way it was going when he first shot the polka dots at it, and I thought, okay, this will probably be over. But when I saw what he hit, I was like, well, that's not going to do much.
Yeah. Even if it was Starro was falling, and as he's falling, because they have to make Harley Quinn the hero of the movie,
right?
She throws the lance at that point in time. Her going into the eye fluid and doing all that stuff, I was like, it's just too much. I understand it's goofy. I understand it's a Suicide Squad, but even the Suicide Squad can go too far. That's just me.
But I don't think she I think that the rats are what did it, and then she thought she was the hero, but she wasn't. Was I took away.
She's delusional.
What if the rats were still doing
Because she's
their
crazy
thing
and I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
What if the rats were still doing their thing, right? And all over the outside, and Starro starts to stumble and whatever, and that's what gives Polka Dot Man the opening.
How wicked was the rats though when she like gets up and she points that thing up and just the millions of them.
That was great.
I feel yucky right now just thinking about it.
Thank you, Escape Pod. We appreciate that very much.
I don't have a problem with mice, so for me, I was like, "Oh, look how cute they are."
Okay. Well,
do you, Boo? Do you?
You can see now why I liked Ratcatcher too.
But
I liked her character. I just don't like rats.
Coming from someone who's a little bit older than everyone else in the group, I remember watching Willard.
Oh, the original Willard, yeah.
So it kind of gave me that feel, and it kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Not bad. Not as bad as Willard did, but a little bit. Stephen, I don't know if you saw the Escape Pods comment down here, but thank you very much. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it, y'all. We digging y'all. We love y'all. Sorry,
thanks, Escape Pod. You all right there?
If I didn't sound more,
I went to Texas.
I was about to say, if I didn't sound more Kentucky than I just did right there, I don't know what I did. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate
it. Hey, hold my beer. Y'all step back and hold my beer. I'm getting ready to do me one of them there channels on the YouTube.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
And we went off the rails. No.
Yep.
Yeah,
we always go off the rails. At what point in time have you ever watched or been a part of one of our shows that we haven't gone way off the rails?
That is true.
But
we do it in a fun.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah,
it is.
So let's do.
That's what I like.
We got the hour mark, so let's do our final takeaway. Let's go around the room, okay. Pops. One last thing. You go for it. Whatever you want to talk about.
Loved the movie. If I were sitting in a bar with a bunch of people, I'd go, dude, press play on this one. Press play.
Mm-hmm.
But be aware that it's going to be, the runtime was just over an hour, 45 minutes.
2 hours and 12 minutes.
2 hours, 12 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared that it's going to beat you senseless until it gets to the end. Once it starts, it does not let up, which could be a good thing, or in DJ and my part, for us, it was probably just a little much. Go ahead, DJ. You go next.
Definitely worth the watch. Just be careful of, it's not one of those that is R-rated just for the sake of being R-rated. It is an R-rated movie. It is gratuitous in every direction, but that's what makes it Suicide Squad, and that's what makes it even more fun. So if your kids are saying, young kids are saying, "Oh, I want to watch the Suicide Squad," just kind of be careful. But definitely worth a watch for those more mature audiences.
Real quick before you take your turn, Chantal, I want everyone to read the comment that's getting ready to come up here from the Escape Pod, because until you said it, it didn't hit me. But oh my God, you're right. It had a very high trauma film quality. If you don't know what a trauma film is, they are ones that are responsible for Toxic Avenger. Chantal's
good point by them.
Yeah.
No, it did. It had that high quality cheesy feel to it. Shanty, let us in on your wisdom.
Obviously, I enjoyed it since I was willing to watch it 3 times. I will say that if you know nothing about James Gunn and you've never seen a James Gunn movie, that you should definitely prepare yourself, because I do think he's become the king of wacky for me. So if you like wacky, you like quirky, you don't have problem with curse words, you don't have problem with gratuitous violence and blood, then I say this was rip roaring fun and is right up your alley.
Yeah.
And I'm in love with Polka Dot Man.
Stefan?
With the world we live in, with not a, you're always looking for something fun, something to make you smile. I think this movie is for you. If you are a nerd, if you're not a nerd, if you like action, comedy, I think this is a movie you should watch. I think you should press play. I'm all about it. No disrespect to Patrick Starr. No disrespect to anybody that would like starfishes. I think that you should press play on this movie. I loved it.
I agree. One thing that we never really talked about that I think we do need to just kind of give anyone warning who hasn't seen it, who wants to see it. If you're at all bothered by gratuitous violence, and I mean, wow, gratuitous violence. That first kill, not the bird, when he got his face shot off, set the tone for the whole movie. Loved it. I loved it.
That made me so happy.
It did me too.
I don't like Pete Davidson. Made me really happy.
Anyway, Gunn wrote. So here you go. If you're a Gunn fan, you have to look this one up. He wrote the Romeo and Juliet. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you right now, if you like wacky, Troma films are the way to go.
And there was a post-credit scene. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was going to be my sign off.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Lay it out. Lay it on us there, Stefan.
I was just going to say, live on, Weasel. Live on. That was all I got.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that scene.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
well, then go ahead.
You know something.
The other white meat.
The other scene at the very, very end of the credits.
Didn't see it. What do you got?
You guys didn't stay?
Go ahead.
Well, I was thinking DC wasn't going to copy Marvel after I saw the Weasel.
Oh,
that was it.
But they did.
No, but they did. Okay.
But they did. Big spoiler alert, which I mean, John Cena's character is still alive.
Nice.
And they show him in a hospital bed. And I think Amanda Waller has sent, what's his face? The guy with the glasses. I can't remember the character's name. But they send him and one of the other ladies that was in the room to go deal with him. And I guess they've assigned them to him. So I don't know what they have planned for Peacemaker, but it looks like he's coming back. At what capacity? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. HBO would be series.
Cool. Is that what it is?
I'm all in.
They're doing the HBO series?
Yeah, HBO Max series for the Peacemaker.
So there you go.
Huh. I'd be in for it. All right. So I think as a whole, even though with a little bit of trepidation on part of the room, I love the fact that the one side of the room was like, the other side of the room was like, yay. So that's kind of cool. We had that going on. So it's like a tag team match, me and DJ coming off the top rope. Let me tell you something, brother. That starfish was too much. Anyway,
Poor Starro.
I love it.
So we all agreed that we press play on this one. So we're at an hour and 10. We generally go to 1:15. We're going to sign off in just a moment. I have one quick question for you guys. I'm going to throw you a little curveball. Have you seen the Shang-Chi reviews that are going around?
No,
have not.
I think I read they're pretty good.
They're excellent.
That's what I keep hearing.
The more I read on them and the more I hear, the more I'm getting hyped for Shang-Chi. I actually heard it. Go ahead.
I saw the trailer for it in theater not too long ago, and it kind of really, in that setting, got me real hyped for it.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch it from the beginning. That. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm really excited for it.
The thing that absolutely excited me about it as being, as Stefan has told you guys in the past, being a fan of wuxia and kung fu movies as a whole.
Yeah.
I've heard several people who have said, quote unquote, if this was not a Marvel movie and it was just a wuxia movie, it would work and be better than Crouching Tiger ever could have been.
Wow.
Ooh.
And that's a
Wow.
big
That's
statement because Crouching
bold
Tiger, Hidden
statement.
Dragon
Yeah.
is
That's a very bold statement.
So that makes me go, holy shit, I've got to see it. I've got to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So I was actually using that as a segue. Sunday, I am going to start releasing just a real quick 10 to 15-minute max video called Marvel Minute, where I'll be talking about the week in Marvel. Just be me talking to the camera. So we're going to do that weekly. Next Thursday night, we have some fun times because we're going to be talking about Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds' Free Guy for next Thursday night. If you haven't seen that.
Yeah, me too. I have to watch it.
It looks fun.
All right. It looks like
I heard it was
like
good.
a great time. I've heard great things about it. So, DJ, do you have anything coming up that you would like to let the room know about?
Stay tuned.
Okay.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know.
You were prepared.
Yeah, no. I know over
That one came in hot and
Rogue
fast.
One,
Yeah.
Rogue One, we've kind of been on hiatus for a few weeks dealing with some stuff, outside of the socials and just real life stuff. Hopefully we'll get back to that soon. But no concrete plans as of yet. Hopefully next Tuesday. But we'll let everybody know. If you have not seen the new trailer for Eternals, go check it out. Definitely worth it. Looks amazing too. So yeah,
Answered a lot of questions.
Lots of bright stuff on the horizon. Can't wait.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick you into the room. Just hang around for a few minutes if you wouldn't mind, DJ.
Sure.
Shanty, what have you got going on, young lady? I know you've got some stuff that have just posted today. Why don't you tell us about it?
So actually, once we're done here, I got to jump on with Ro, and we're going to be recording an episode today regarding the old Universal monsters and just kind of the history of that. So I can't wait to talk about that because I love Frankenstein. So I'm going to talk about that. And we actually also just recorded a quick cuts as well. And that dropped today. And that was more about are Marvel movies and Star Wars movies, are they just really like, trying to just sell you a product? Is that all that it's really for, kind of thing? Or, is there a difference between, our movies trying to sell products versus, films and the more artsy fartsy stuff? But it got deep as always. Every time we do these quick cuts or we do a deep dive, it really is amazing how much we spiral. So it was a really good episode. We really got into it.
I was talking to you over the while I was listening to it, going, but this. I do that every time.
Me too.
It was a great. So everybody, if you haven't had a chance to check out their quick cuts, definitely do so. A lot of fun. And so, do you have anything else coming up that you'd like to pitch before I throw you into the green room?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, hang tight. All right, Steph, what do you think, man? How did it go tonight?
Dude, wicked awesome show tonight.
Wicked awesome. Wicked awesome.
Show is wicked awesome, man. I loved it. I thought it was fun. I mean, I thought that was going to be a fun conversation because the movie's not very serious and it's kind of hot take-ish where, people are going to be strong opinionated on certain characters and certain things. So I thought it was cool.
I agree. I'd like to take a second real quick before we go into our closing remarks and just quickly thank everyone in the room tonight. You guys, your chat has been much appreciated. You help keep the stream going and keep the conversation alive. We really appreciate you. Please come back. We try to do this every Thursday night. As I said, next week at 7:30, we will be covering the Free Guy and which is the new Ryan Reynolds movie. And we actually have a new guest joining us next week. So that should be fun. Stefan, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Amazon Music, Pandora, anywhere where you can stream podcasts. When you get on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We hit 100. We thank each and every one of you. Make sure you click the link below or even in the corner with the Press Play logo. We thank you all. You kick major ass, dude.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. You know how we end the show. You always have friends here at Press Play. Stop by, talk to us, grab your favorite drink, grab your favorite snack, and remember to always press play. Good night, everybody.
5 Network.